Hey, this is ASpengler, and this is episode 16 of building the Cologne Cathedral in Lego. Last week, did a lot of work on getting the flying buttresses done on the cathedral. So we finished this side. So this side's basically all done with the buttresses. Got the windows, got the roof section that's in there, and just some detail pieces put in the walls for either side. And then started working on the opposite side as well, but on that side I was able to get everything done. I got most of everything done except for the buttresses. I got the windows done and the roofing done. I just ran out of pieces for the buttresses and one of the walls, so we will try to finish up that section in this segment. I also got one of the 3 Bricklink orders that I sent out. So the one that came in had a lot of these 2x2 bricks, which I've been using for the columns on the inside of the cathedral. So I have the 2 sections that go here and here. One of them's right here, so we can put out since we got these pieces in, we can build those columns in this segment as well. So those are probably the main things we'll be doing in this segment. I've also been kind of looking at more pictures and then looking at this area right here. As you can see, there are windows there, but I did not put stained glass. But kind of on second thought, I'm kind of considering just redoing that and putting stained glass in there. So since I can only build up higher from now on, I'm guessing, this would be the best time to make up my decision on stained glass or not right here. So since I also in this Bricklink order I got some new trans-colored pieces, so I thought it would be a good time to swap out these regular plain windows for some stained glass ones. So just I'm pretty sure actually in the cathedral they are stained glass. It's really hard to tell on a lot of the pictures, but after looking over it a bunch, this looks kind of weird not being stained glass while the rest is. So before we get too far building this area up, I thought it would be good to switch those out. Other bits from the Bricklink order, just got some stuff for more of the buttresses. So there's some of that, and then just some of my regular building pieces in there as well. So what we'd be waiting for is a lot of the generic building pieces, such as these, like the main bricks I use, the mason ones, and then just the plain ones. Those still have not come in yet, so we most likely won't be able to get into intensive building, but definitely can get stained glass windows done, can get columns done, and then the arches on top of the columns. Get everything prepared to do some more of the intensive building of the structure, but that will have to wait till those orders get in. But we definitely have stuff that can keep me busy. Before I had all these buttresses done, those will be for the other side, so those are all ready to go. They just need the pillars to be done. And kind of on just an off note, also earlier this week I had some free time, so I was just kind of building around. I saw I had this old SU-76 that I had done before, and I was kind of looking through a tank booklet of different World War II tanks that I could build. And the T-70 is, they had the T-70 first, and then, I can't completely remember which one came first, but they have the same chassis. So since I already had this one built, I decided just to copy the base chassis and then make the T-70 variant. So later this week, or next week Wednesday, I'll get a video out with a more in-depth review of this T-70 I built, so that's something to look forward to during the week. I'll also be trying to do some more tank builds and some tutorials later on, like on Wednesdays and stuff. So this is kind of just the start of that again. I've done them in the past, but just trying to restart it back up. So with that, kind of told you guys what's going to be coming in this segment. So with that, we'll stop talking and go ahead and get building. Okay guys, coming back for the last bit this segment. You might notice something's a little bit different here. That is because when I was going to work on the buttresses on the opposite side that was not finished yet, I was looking at some more pictures of the cathedral, and then I noticed that I had made a pretty big mistake. That mistake being that the buttresses on the side areas are double. So I basically started just tearing up this area of what I did, updated it, made it so it's accurate width and stuff, and then I added that double buttress. As you can see here, this is the regular one I had before, shortened a little bit, and then I added this section right here. So now this is accurate. It is the double buttress. So that's how that looks. What I was looking at previously, the single buttress, which you had seen before, that actually goes on this section right here, the side entrances, just because this area is smaller. There's not as much room for a double buttress, so the single buttress will go here. So what I was basing my previous work on was this side alone, and I kind of assumed that they were both the same, but after looking at pictures, I figured out that that was not the case, so I had to do some updates. So this roof area is a decent amount bigger, and I ended up changing these little roof sections that stick out a little bit to be a little bit more accurate. So I like a lot more how they look now. Before they jutted out like they're supposed to, but didn't have the right curves to have the more pyramid shape that they actually have on the building. So those look more accurate now. This is accurate now. It's farther back. Turns out there's a lot more windows up here. There's 2 windows that go right there. I have this correct number of windows here. Then there's like 4 windows that come right here. And then the buttresses there'll be one right here, and then one here and one here, and they kind of just connect. So there'll be some kind of similar area around here, and then they kind of just all connect and stuff. So it should all be up to date now. Everything should be good. Didn't get to that section. Well, I somewhat started working on that section, but didn't get as far as this section right here, and didn't end up getting all those buttresses back in place. I have them updated to be the longer version right here, so I just had to add the second columns in the middle. So that still needs to be done. I edited that roof, need to edit that roof area, and then the columns as well. Before I kind of noticed that change, I was just working on this section right here with the side entrance. So I ended up finishing those columns in there just so I could get ready for the buttresses on top. That's when I found the problem. Did a few edits on the inside, as you can see here. Just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. I figured out this area is supposed to be a lot skinnier. This area still needs to get edited to be like this one, but this area is skinny, which will be the roof on top there, and that is the same width that is also right here. So the roof will be the same width this way and this way. So edits to that, so now it will be accurate. I'm starting to learn that I need to be certain steps that I make will greatly affect other ones down the line, so it's better to start more with care just to make sure that the rest of the process goes along well. So just because everything is really intertwined and one thing greatly affects the other one. So I might have to update this section right here just because there's supposed to be a level of windows that's very similar placement here, but I could probably take a little bit off here, kind of even that out, make these ones a little bit higher just to have these windows more uniform, since there's another like layer of windows that goes all around here for the front, but it's supposed to be somewhat the same level as these ones. But we'll check that out more next segment. Next segment, I'm hoping to just finish up these buttress areas, at least the middle section, just get that finished, and then I can get started more on the front. Now with where it is, I feel like once this gets done, it'll be a lot easier to then work on the front. If anything else, I'd start working on this buttress area as well, but I really want to get more work done on the front section. Another note, I did get the stained glass for these ones. I didn't do the very front windows just because those are very difficult to get out, and it's not as big of a deal, you don't notice it quite as much, but it just looks a lot better when all of these are stained glass. Just on the whole face on this side is stained glass, so that's why I changed those ones. But yeah, so I did not get as much done as I was originally planning to get done, but definitely a needed adjustment. And so with that will be it for this segment. Next segment, hopefully we'll get right back on track, really get working again and getting things where they need to be. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.